Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you again to Ephesus in Turkey. We are in the ruins of this magnificent place. I talked before in regards to how the Ephesians had left their first love. There are many things that happen when we leave our first love. There's many things that we need when that happens. One of the most essential things that we all need is healing. I talk about that in my book called The Evolution of Healing. Whenever there is some kind of discord or disharmony in the human soul, we need to put it right, put it back together again. Putting it back together again is called a process of healing. It's no different than what happens to perhaps an athlete. He's been active in a particular sport. When I was younger, I was a soccer player. So I know the discipline that it takes to be an athlete. And then something happens and you break a leg. For a soccer player, that's devastating. It is devastating to be benched and told that, the leg that you broke is going to take some time to heal. People can associate with the physical healing that happens when we break a bone or break a leg or break a hand. But many people cannot link what happens when there's a break in the soul. When there's a bleeding in the soul, many people don't think about that because it's not a physical bleeding. When they can see it with their physical eyes, they recognize it as there's a pain somewhere and they attend to it right away. Have you ever known somebody that had a bleeding in their physical part of their body and just left it alone? What happens if we have a wound in our physical body, whether again, any part of our physical body, when we have a wound and we just leave it alone and don't attend to it? What typically happens is that it gets infected, it gets worse. In an extreme case, it's even possible that the doctor may recommend that the leg or the hand be cut off so that the other organs can survive. Now, translate that to what happens in the soul that is unhealed and untreated. Translate that to what happens when there's a broken heart, a broken soul, a broken spirit. We talked about what entails, what comprises the soul. We have the will, we have the mind, and we have the emotions. Any one of these three areas can be broken and is in need of healing. The evolution of healing talks about how we can go through that process of healing and be made whole again. We all need that completion and that wholeness. But first of all, we need to recognize that there's a break somewhere. We need to recognize it and we need to act on the next step of how then do we get healed from a broken soul. Again, I want to welcome you to Ephesus in Turkey. This is Around the Globe with Dr. G.